So, deep tech is having a moment again today, and there may be some aspiring deep tech founders or current early stage deep tech founders who are listening to this episode. As you reflect on your long journey with, I imagine, a lot of lessons learned, like what advice would you have for folks who are looking to enter this space and again work in the world of atoms as you have?
Yeah, I do talk to lots of deep tech entrepreneurs, right? And Ginkgo's raised more than $2 billion over the years. Like we're from the standpoint of being able to access generalist capital as a deep tech company. I think we have some lessons. And then building a deep tech business, we can talk about that next, right? So just on the like entrepreneur generalists, where it's not bio specific, but just about building hard things. I think one piece of advice is it's not like you're going to ramp into revenues in many of these companies. It's hard to find a business model that does that in the near term, like a SaaS company would have, or like the AI models are doing today. Okay. So that doesn't mean it's the end of the world. Like SpaceX and Tesla did not ramp quickly into revenues. Okay. Right. Like it doesn't have to, right? So it's just a different playbook. All right. But you need to convince people that you're making progress. So I think one of the key things as a deep tech entrepreneur is what are those milestones along the way that have meaning to the investor? So like a good example in YC, there's a company called Boom Aerospace. It's like trying to make the next Concorde supersonic flight. During YC, they did a deal with Richard Branson. That was like, when this thing is ready, and this is like, they had like a, diagram or something at the time, right? Virgin would love to buy some. That got their seed round done. Right, because that showed that this was like a founder who wasn't sort of the traditional boring, slow aerospace model, but more like the hustle, fast Silicon Valley mentality. And some people will just bet on that because now, and they saw it. They saw it in how they were able to do that deal. That's material, right? Like that was the most important thing I would say that they were able to do during the 12 weeks of YC. They already had the model, the plane, everything else, but like, how do you speak to the generalist? You have to show these steps along the way. So I would say the first thing is, even if there's a certain set of steps that are traditional in the aerospace industry or the pharmaceutical industry or whatever deep tech thing you're doing, can you find some other orthogonal things that help show your chops as a, as a Palmer Luckey, or as, like as an entrepreneur that is really going to upend, as an Elon, as an entrepreneur that will upend these staid industries. Does that make sense? And anything, and be creative. So that's sort of point number one. Point number two, I would say deep tech is more spread out. Like it's not like software lives in California. I mean, a lot of the, look at SpaceX, that all was in LA area, right? Like aerospace is a lot in LA. Robotics is a lot in Boston, actually. Biotech is very much in Boston. And there's other pockets around the country where there's like specialization. Agriculture is all in the Midwest. If you want to do an ag tech, you should be in Missouri, right? You should be around where like the old Monsanto campus was. Like there's just going to be centers of deep tech excellence that aren't Silicon Valley. And the biggest mistake I see those deep tech entrepreneurs make is they think, I raise venture capital where I am. And the analogy I would give you is like, think about when you're going to take your company public someday, entrepreneur, and you're going to do a roadshow before the IPO. Do you know what city you're going to do that roadshow in? And the answer is you already know the city. The city is New York City. That's where you're going to do the roadshow. And the reason is not that your company is in New York City. That's where the money is, right? Like that is where the public market investors, the crossover investors that invest in that IPO round and after, that's where they are. And you need to meet them in person. You need to go there and you do a roadshow, right? And you might also, if you're from Boston, do a couple in Boston or Indiana, or wherever the hell you are, but you're going to do a roadshow in New York. If you are a deep tech entrepreneur and you are raising a seed round of money in private venture capital, you need to do your roadshow where the money is. And the money is in California. It is in Silicon Valley and San Francisco. You need to go there on an airplane, meet people for a couple weeks, and then everything will be Zoom after that from their house in Tahoe or wherever the hell they are, right? And that is where you should raise your money. That is the biggest mistake I see people make. They do the fundraising on hard mode, because the deep tech ecosystem, I see Boston founders make this mistake all the time. We don't have good venture capital here. Like there are some venture capitalists, but it's nothing compared to the volume. Just like there are some public investors here too, but the volume in New York is bigger. The volume in California is bigger by a factor of 100. Why are you making your fundraising 100 times harder? And so those are my two big things. Be creative on the near and milestones and raise money in California. You don't have to be in California to raise money. Like money travels through the internet. Okay, I'm just letting people know. It's just these are the two mistakes I see deep tech entrepreneurs make over and over and over again. And I'm like, guys, why are you doing it on hard mode?